Hello, creatives. How we doing? Hope you are doing great. All right, this is John Ofo of John Visual. So, in this section of our tutorial, we are going to be looking at how to create this very church flyer design, divine acceleration. One of the things I would want us to take note on this flyer is the arrangement of our image, the arrangement of the image, the sharpness, the use of elements at the rightful places and the alignment. This is one of the things that I would want us to pay attention to. So without wasting much of your time, let's get started. So the first thing I will do, let me hide this very flyer I created. I will go to I'll add a solid color. That's the first thing I will do, a solid color. I already know the color. This is the color of solid color. We'll be using 130B00. So I want to make it an 80. I want to use a kind of dark color for the background, but not actually dark. Okay, so this is the color we'll be using as our background color. So next thing I'll go and pick my background, the background I want us to make use of. So this is the particular background I want us to use in this flyer design. Okay, so that is it. So the next thing I will do here is I would enlarge it. I will increase the sizeness of it and then press OK. After I might have done this, I will convert it. I will desaturate the color. How does desaturate the color? I will go to image adjustment. I will click on desaturation, black and white. I'll click on black and white. That is, you can press alternate shift control B. I'll click on black and white. I'll convert it to black and white. So I'll go to my blending mode now. I'll look for a color. I'll look for a particular blending mode that will give me what I actually want to use. This is color dodge. Okay, we'll make use of color dodge. But before I proceed, I will have to create a Gaussian block because I want to have a smooth surface. So I have 9.6. 9.6 is okay. I have 9.6 here. Next thing I will do is to add a lens flare. I'll add a lens flare to this. I'll add a new layer. Click on my brush tool. Click on my foreground color. So I'll select a color because I want to add a color, a light reflection on the background. I will increase the size of my brush. I'll decrease. I'll reduce the flow of it. I'll reduce the flow here. I'll just click once. This is okay. So I'll change this particular color. I'll change it to screen. I'll go to my folder. I'm going to add a light reflection or lens flare again. So this time around I will increase this and change the blending mode to screen. I'll change the blending mode to screen. All right, so this is what we have now. The next thing I will do is to get an overlay. So this is an overlay I made use of. I made use of this overlay, but the concept of this overlay is to show some side having a light reflection from it. So I will I will change, or perhaps I will transform it. I'll transform it and then take it to the side. I'll transform it, take it to the side. Something like this is okay. So what I will do, and I will change this very overlay. This overlay, I will change the overlay to screen. I'll change the overlay to screen. Next thing I will do again is to let me take off the part I don't actually want. So I want to let me clean up some parts. Yes. Okay, so next thing I will do here is to duplicate this by pressing Ctrl J. Take it to the other side. I will change the size. I will flip it. I'll flip the side. I'll flip the side. Then I'll still take it to this edge. Let me increase this a little. All right, so we have something like this. We are good to go like this. Something like this is okay. So the next thing we'll do here is to, let's see the main flyer design if we are missing anything. Okay, so the next thing to do here is to get our images. Now this very image, the size of it is one of the things I love about this very image. The size, how I was able to size it. So let's not waste much time in that. I'll just quickly bring these images that we are used. I will bring it, so I'll just drag and drop. Okay, okay, there are things I actually did on this image, or images so to say. One of the things I did was I imported the images, made the hosts of the program bigger, and other ministers send them behind and reduce their size a little. Then also I went forward to use my camera raw filter to enhance the image qualities. Not just enhancing the image qualities, I changed the images from the normal color to black and white. I changed the image quality, the image color to black and white to enable me get this uniformism and oneness with the design. So this is it. So what I will do here, I will bring down this, I will drag down here, I'll take it a bit up. All right, so next thing to do here is to blend the down part of this design. To blend is much more easier. It's either you add a new layer, or you add a layer mask on these images using the folder, then use your brush to brush. But we are not going to make use of that method. We are going to be adding we're going to be creating a new layer. After creating a new layer, we'll use our brush to select a particular color that will blend perfectly with the background. So let's continue. Next thing I will do is to add a new layer. I'll add a new layer, select my brush tool, go to my foreground color, pick a color, the color I use for my foreground color. I will pick it, then click on OK. What I have to do now, just click to blend the images with the background. So let me increase the size of our flow. Let's increase the size of our flow to enable our design, or to enable us run up earlier without wasting time. Okay, so we'll fade. Okay, let's keep fading. I think we are getting there. Okay, all right, so we've succeeded in blending the images with the background. The next thing we'll do here, we'll move over to the theme and other write up. So let's get the theme. So before the theme, let's add some elements like the footer, the torn paper. Let's add the torn paper. This is the torn paper we use. I'm going to increase this torn paper. I'm going to increase it somewhere like this. Okay, this is okay. So we have something like the next thing I'm going to do here is to let's move the image of the ministers up. Okay, so the next thing I will do here is to get our team. So let's, this is our team. This is our team here. I'm going to show us what I did, divine acceleration. So let's write. Let me divine acceleration. All right, so I'll pick my text 2. I'll change the color. I'll change the color to white. Change the color to white. Go to my character. Go to my character. The next thing I'll do, what I'll do here is, excuse me, okay. All right, so sorry for that. The next thing I will do is to select the character, and the character we are using here, the name is Sharp Growth Tech. That's the name of the font we are using for this very theme. All right. Okay, so let's increase the size of it. Let's increase the size of it. Let's increase the size of it. So I'll go to my family variation. I will select one of the fonts here. I'll select one of the fonts. This is not the font that was used. Okay, divine acceleration. I think this is the font that was used. Okay, so I'm going to write divine acceleration. Now, when we talk of acceleration, we are talking of speed. So there are elements that could depict speed. So I'm going to add a motion blur. I'm going to add a motion blur to our theme to give that effect of speed, that speedy effect. But before then, I want to see something. Okay, so let me first of all make use of divine first. So let's increase the size of it. Okay, something like this is okay. So let's type acceleration now. We're going to use the same font to input acceleration, and then reduce the size of it to get a better output, a better result. So I'm going to reduce the size of it. Okay, so something like this is okay, is quite okay. Let me see bold. Okay, so let's use semi bold here. Semi bold. semi bold, bold italic. Okay, let's use this one is using a semi bold, this one is using bold italic. Let's use bold italic. Bold italic. We're going to be making use of bold italic. Okay. So next thing I'm going to do, I will select these two teams. The two teams I'll select, I'll name them team. I'll move it behind the images. So what I'm going to do here, and I'm going to skew this very team by pressing Ctrl T to transform. I'll right click, and select skew. So I'm going to move it a bit up. So I'm going to drag to the center. Yes, let's reduce it a bit. So the next thing, since the divine acceleration, we want to give it this speed. Let's have this element of a speed, these speed vibes. What I'm going to do here is to select, I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to duplicate this very folder. I'm going to duplicate it. So I'll hide the first one, convert it to smart object so that I'll be able to add the motion blur. So I'll convert it to smart object. I'll go to my filter, select my filter. I'll go to blur, select motion blur. So I'm going to, okay, this is the blur, the motion blur effect we have here. So I'll click OK. I'll click OK. Take it behind the duplicated team and unhide it. So I'm going to shift this a little. Okay, let's reduce the motion blur effects more. Let's reduce it a little. Let's reduce it a little. Okay, so let me bring it outside. Okay, we have something like this. Next, now this to get my dove. Is to get the dove. So I'll click on place embedded. I will select on. Okay, let's get the dove. Let's get the dove. Okay. Alright, so this is the, I'm going to bring it, I'm going to take this to the front of our team. So what I'm going to do, and I just to select, I'm going to select using my lasso tool. My lasso tool, I'll just select the particular dove I actually needed. So I'm going to, I've already selected it. I'm going to press Ctrl J to copy it while I delete. Okay, this is what we are having. Let me make some adjustments to that. Let me make some adjustments. So I selected this. Let me reduce the size of the brush. Okay, so let me increase the flow. Perfect. All right, so what I will do here, let's increase this. Let's increase the team. We're going to increase the team a bit. We're going to increase the team. So we have the team to be this. This is the dove. So we're going to reduce it a bit. All right, so this is the team, and that is the dove we have. Next thing we'll do here is to, let's see, next thing we'll do is to add or start bringing our details and every other thing. All right, so we're going to be bringing our other details and information on the flyer. So let's bring our details now. We're going to be bringing our details from the from this very folder, from this very file. So let's start by the host name. Let's start by the host getting her details. So we are going to be getting that of the host and the time, the date, and other information. So I'll just drag to save us time. I'm going to drag and drop. I'll drag and drop. Okay, so we have this. Let me center align it. Let me center align it. Okay, it is centered now. So I'm getting other details. This is our location. Okay, I think this is our I'm not sure if I used, if it was actually this okay, let me sorry, I just want to make, okay, all right, so let's continue. I'm going to get location, the guest, and the dates. So I'm going to get all of them. I'll just press shift and click on the folders or on the file name I actually want to select. So this is it. Sorry, let me select both time too. So I'm just going to drag and drop. Okay, so I will take this up. Let me center align them. I'll click on it, then click on this, and yes, I've centered it. Next thing I will do here is to get the social media handle. That is the next thing to do here. So I'm going to click on the media. I just click and drag and drop. This also, I'm going to still center it. I'm going to center the media. I just want everything to be center aligned. Yes, I've gotten this. So the next thing I'm going to do, I discovered that our logo is missing. The logo is missing. So I'll just drag and drop. Yeah, so this is the outcome of this design. But remember, we normally make some adjustment even after the whole design. We'll make some adjustments. So let's quickly do that. Our color balance, our color lookup, our color filter, before we take the overall design to camera raw filter, where we enhance the overall design. So I added a lens flare. That is part of the element I use to make the design pop up or pop out. So this is it. This is it. The next thing I will do here, let's check our color balance, color lookup, and color and our photo filter. Sorry. So I'm just still going to drag and drop. Then I will explain what happened. Okay, let's go to our color balance. We'll make little. I discover something with our text here. The text is not contrasting with what we have, so we're going to make a little adjustment on the text. But let's explain the color balance. So I'll click on my color balance, go to property, so that you'll be able to understand. So this is our mid tone. I use +11 and +10 for the yellow. Why the shadow? I didn't touch the shadows. The highlight, I used -10 for the yellow and +12 for the red. While we'll move over to color lookup, I normally make use of trace stripe. Why do I make use of trace stripe? to give this color grading, to give my design a better feel and outcome during my color grading process. So next is the photo filter. The photo filter that was used here is yellow. All right, so and I made use of the density is 18 and the opacity is 64. So let's make an adjustment to this, to the theme here, because it's clear that it is not contrasting that much. So the best thing to do here, let's add a new layer. Select our brush. So I'm going to make this, so make our brush a bit light. Go to my flow, reduce my flows a little. Just want the text, the divine acceleration, to contract a little, so it can be readable. When someone sees it, they'll be able to know that it's divine acceleration. Okay, so that is it. Our theme, dove also, the dove also, I'm going to take it a bit up. Okay, perfect. So last thing here is, remember camera raw filter. So I'll quickly create an invisible stamp layer by pressing Ctrl Shift Alternate E to create an invisible stamp layer. Take this design to camera raw filter, make some adjustment like the exposure, the contrast, the sharpness, and some of the options there, just to give the design this good quality. Okay, so I'm converting to smart object while I take it to camera raw filter. I converted to smart object so that I'll be able to come back again if I want to make any adjustment to the changes on my camera raw filter. I can easily make the adjustment. But if it is on rasterized layer, you'll find it difficult to continue or go back, except you press your Ctrl Z to be able to go back, and it alters the whole changes. Maybe what you actually wanted to do is just to reduce either the texture, or you want to increase the texture, but it will take you pressing Ctrl Z while it is on rasterized layer. It will require you taking off the whole settings, which is not ideal. Okay, so while we wait for the work to boot. All right, so let's take this design to camera raw filter by pressing Ctrl Shift A. So we'll be fast on that. On converting this to camera raw, enhancing the quality of our design.